Morning, guys. So you're probably wondering, well, you're probably not, but if you have been following our coronavirus lockdown series, or you stumble across it later on in life, when you're probably learning about it as like an event in history, then you're probably wondering what happened to day 14 and 15. We lost them. My phone became so clogged up that I made the videos and deleted them, but because they weren't uploaded, they disappeared. But they were moving day, because you will notice that as I spin round, I am now doing my living in prison, I'm in lockdown, in a totally new location. We got permission via various means to move house. They decided on Friday, which would have been day 13, that the lockdown was to increase. They wanted us to all be like it is at the weekend, where no one is out and the police just stop everybody. And they wanted it to be like that so that we could reduce the risk of the coronavirus further, because virus statistics are going up, and the second number, you know that we don't talk about that number because it's the people who aren't with us anymore, and we don't want to upset Thea because she has mouse ears. That number was increasing and still is, shockingly. And obviously our thoughts are with everybody who is losing people at such an undue time. Yes, we do have a very aged population, but that's one of the beauties of where we live, is that the population lives so much longer. They're very much more healthy. And we were delighted to hear that the uncle of a very close friend of ours was the first person to come off resuscitation in La Rioja, which is a very badly hit area. And he is a very elderly gentleman. So it proves that people in older age can fight this and can do extremely well. In our area, this is the Marina Alta, there's actually 53 people have got it, and I think 20 are in hospital, maybe even less. And unfortunately, we've lost only 3 or 4 people in this area, which, when you consider the Marina Alta is a massive area, I think it spreads from Valencia all the way down to Alicante. It's a huge population, is absolutely incredible. So the measures must be working, but at the same time, in places like Madrid, unfortunately, it's not working. So the statistics are much more based around places like that. So we moved. Mr. Scott did about 1,000 journeys in the car, got stopped so many times, and the police actually let him move because, unbeknownst to him, he convinced them that he was getting divorced from me because we'd been living together and he was moving out. So I don't know what they thought when they saw us drive by the car, but that is what they assumed based on the language difference. But anyhow, it's those kind of things that make you giggle. And we had to have paperwork to say that we bought this property, and so we are allowed back. We have no Wi-Fi here, so we have to go back to our old house for Wi-Fi and to work, to wash, and for the fridge and freezer, because we have none of those here. And then we come here just to do everything else. And I can think of no nicer place to lock down. We still have not actually been outside of our boundary, but we've gone from 145 square meters of house with a terrace to 1,000 square meters plus with a garden. This is a lot easier. And you know, this is why we're here, is that Thea can play in the garden and she can run around and we can get fresh air. And we're very fortunate. We live, this is a national park, and I have been all the way to the top of that hill, which, for those who know me and know about my issues with my pelvis and stuff, is amazing. It took me 3 weeks to recover. But yeah, I'll give you a sneaky peek of the house, because I did give you a sneaky peek and then deleted it. So I'll give you a quick, because we were incredibly lucky. Our house got finished with the painting, the internal bits, and the Naya, the day that the lockdown was increased, and the painter and the pool man and everybody else has to stop. So the pool is being cleaned. We have this little area around the back, which it's a triangular plot, and we have 3 distinct areas, which I really love. this is where Mr. Scott comes for quiet time. So I know where to disturb him. And this is big plot here, nothing doing much. And the sun comes up here as well. And our house is split level, but it's like a bungalow. So there's a huge underbuild underneath it that can be built on later. And a garage and heaps of rooms, all secured by interlocking doors. And I don't like being down there very much because I'm like, oh God, I don't want to get locked in because everything locks on itself. So come in and have a look. This is the Naya, which we just had painted, which is beautiful. And then we don't have much furniture because the removal man isn't allowed to work. So this is the lounge. You will see a before, and the before has the beams in, but I had them all painted in. And luckily Mr. Scott agreed. That is an original oil lamp, Spanish oil lamp, which has been changed. And we're keeping it for now until we know where to put it. And Mr. Scott keeps hitting his head off it. This is the kitchen, well, the dining area, where we had all the beams painted in. We were lucky enough to inherit the dining room table and chairs, and this is my little kitchen. Now, to be honest, it's got marble work surfaces, which are fantastic. Keeps them clean. And we just set it up. Yes, it's not my ideal kitchen. I miss those really big drawers because in our last house, if you look, you'll see where we did that renovation. I had a beautiful kitchen put in, IKEA, and big drawers and everything. And it was really set up so that I could reach in the cupboards because I'm a bit small and get everything I wanted. But you know, we're making do. And we got important things up on the walls like this is for my father-in-law who passed away recently. So we have our important stuff.
My granddad.
Your granddad. Here's Miss Thea. Now the sofa is like it is because we have no TV, so we're projecting stuff. Then we have the important stuff. I have my dad's painting and I have a sculpture my mum bought us. So we brought across the really important stuff. Not very much. Oh, and the first Scentsy warmer in the house. Be kind, because as you guys know, we sell Scentsy. This is the house that Scentsy got us. Like a power 100 times. So yeah, this is amazing storage cupboard, which Scott doesn't know how to use, and you put coats and stuff in. And he puts them on the floor outside the door. 3 bedrooms. So Miss Thea has her own room, but she's not sleeping. One way to keep the kids busy. Miss Thea is doing, what are you doing? Painting. What colour are you painting it? No, I wouldn't, because that's not for there, is it? And keep it dry, don't keep it wet. Oh, right, so you've done how long? Are you sick and bored already? Yeah. We have to paint this gate, and I've been arguing with Scott saying that I really, really wanted to paint it. And honestly, I feel how she looks. You might get to paint the whole thing yet, Daddy. But we've got lots to do, haven't we? Got to undo all of this. So, oh, phone call. Hey guys, it's day like 1,000 gazillion of lockdown. Actually, I think it's 21. I don't know. I think I'm actually going to have to count. It's 4th of April. And I know that lockdown allegedly now is going to be until the 26th of April. Ugh, trying to find out more about that. This is Saturday shopping. Normally, this place, this huge shopping centre, is swarming with human beings, and obviously it's not. It's like the animals are reconquering the land. There's heaps of cats and dogs and other stuff out and about, and nighttime stuff as well, like foxes and things in the nighttime, obviously. But yeah, it's a very exciting trip to the shopping centre. It's like, really, what can I tell you about this? It's the same old, same old. I've been to pack up more of my house, and one thing I am noticing is there's this rule on not coming shopping with your partners. But I notice people who turn up at shopping centres and then loiter till significant others join them. Interesting. Really not worth getting caught doing either. It's like, we're in quarantine for a reason. Maybe stick to it, because unfortunately the death rates and the infection rates are still soaring here. I think we're like the second or the third worst in the world now, but it's not a competition you really want to win. That said, I am hoping to get some shopping done now because it's the weekend, and I did want something really important from here. Ooh, we bought fridge, freezer and stuff for the house. So I've got some vouchers to spend on kitchen stuff. That is like the highlight of my week. Anyhow, look, here's the stuff. So I will get on and I'll see you guys later. This road is normally non-stop packed. This is like the main road to everywhere. That's the motorway beside us, totally dead. This road, and honestly, it is deader here today than at any one time. I was talking to the neighbours and they were saying that they haven't been out of their house since the 14th of March. Like, that is truly crazy. 21 days. I've just been shopping and it's just no joy, basically. I can't wait to see happy people back again. It's one thing about the Spanish, they are a truly amazingly happy race, and I don't think they like lockdowns. There you go, that is what the roads are like, that is what the motorways are like. Dead. I'm still red-faced. So after 21 days, I think it is, I was finally stop checked by the Guardia Civil. I forgot all my Spanish. Normally when you get stopped by those guys, it's for speeding, and they are up in your face and through your car window, and so he stopped me and he's like, hello, good day, senora, and making pleasantries, and I'm like, and then he's miles away from me and I'm like, wait for him to come near me, totally forgetting everything. And then he says, donde buscar, and I'm like, I don't know what that means, but I think that means, I totally forget my Spanish, I think. And then he does this kind of hand waving, so I think I can drive off. So I go to drive off and he goes, no. I'm like, oh God. So then he talks to me again, and really now I have no idea what he is saying because my brain has shut down. And so I just say to him, hablo poco español, I only speak a little Spanish. Visita Carrefour Alimentación, so I've been shopping. Visita mi viaje casa en Pedreguer y movir a Camicovateas, and then I show him I wave my paperwork that shows that we just bought a house, and he says bien and hasta luego and waves me off and wishes me a great weekend. Fantastic. I have today seen hardly any cars on the road except for Guardia Civil. Like, I've seen 6 or 7 different cars and have been stopped for my first time. So it isn't that we're getting less checks, we're getting more checks. I know Scott got stopped 2 or 3 times yesterday, so it is going up. But yeah, so far they've been fantastic. If you get stopped and they're not happy, then you get a multa, which is a fine, and the fine here starts at 600 euros. It isn't one of your fanny fines that you get in the UK of 30 quid, which frankly deters no one. This is big, and then it's up to 30 to 60,000 or something insane, and then it's jail for 6 months. Like, there is no messing around in this country. There never is. It is black and white. But yeah, wow. Luckily, I managed to get enough out to wow him and manage to go about my business. But it's really not worth being out unless you are doing what you say you are doing. And when the washing machine arrives on the 8th of April, that'll be it. I won't be able to go anywhere, will I? Anyhow, that's day 20 or 21. It's been nice to use my Spanish anyway, because it's, you know, I'm going to forget it if I'm not careful. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I do hope your quedarte en casa, as we say in Spanish, is going well. And chat soon.